Hello, ladies and germs, and welcome to our favorite segment on this channel, which is where we visit our old, beautiful friend, Tim Pool, and we call this section... Alright, let's see what my favorite YouTuber, Tim Pool, has for us this week. Here we go.
Over the past day or so, Donald Trump has been tweeting videos of individuals explaining how they witnessed serious impropriety, irregularities, or even outright fraud at various hearings held by Republicans. Trump, of course, has been tweeting quite a bit about voter fraud. Now, a lot of people were confused, angry, upset, or just let down.
A lot of people were confused, angry, upset, and or in between. Agitated, annoyed, confused, hungry.
When Bill Barr came out, and it was reported that Bill Barr said there is no evidence of widespread voter fraud. But in fact, that is not what Bill Barr said. What he actually said was, to date, we have not seen fraud on a scale that would have changed the outcome of the election. And from that, Bill Barr is actually saying quite a few things. He's saying,
this is amazing. This is some amazing linguistic acrobatics he's about to do. Check this out. So remember, you got to remember, keep all this crap straight. This guy, William Barr, who's basically, one of Trump's guys, the head of the DOJ, he came out just like a day or two ago, and he was like, there's no widespread fraud. And watch how Tim Pool's going to interpret that.
To date, which means we're still investigating. He said to change the outcome of the election, meaning we've seen fraud. And in fact...
So this guy, William Barr, says, we haven't seen fraud. We haven't seen widespread fraud that's going to change the election. And so Tim Pool takes from that, we just haven't found yet enough fraud to change the election. Oh, my God. Beautiful.
Donald Trump tweeted out a video of several people who are apparently Biden supporters offering up a cash raffle in exchange for proof that you voted, which, well, according to some experts, it is absolutely illegal. And other people are saying, no, it's actually not illegal. But I think this actually falls into it's illegal category.
Okay, here we go. So here's the big legal claim here. This is honestly very interesting and very funny. So let's check this out.
And let's read this. Let me play some audio real quick for you from this tweet so you know exactly what they're saying.
$25 gift cards to raffle off. So that's a lot of money cash here. We have also 4 $100 gift cards to give away. So again, you want to make sure you get out here to vote.
There it is. Make sure you get out here to vote. We've got a $100 gift card to give away. The tweet Trump is quoting is from the Epoch Times. They say,
good source there, Epoch Times. I get all my news from sort of weird YouTube ads. Weird YouTube ads promoting a paper that's financed by a racist cult in China that got banned from Facebook. They're not allowed to advertise on Facebook anymore. Okay, so this is amazing. This is really amazing. So here's the story. He's, first of all, tweeting the Epoch Times, which is great. Good to know. But this actually is illegal. Stay with me on this. It actually is illegal to pay people in some way, even if it's just like giving them food or something, to vote. And the reason for this is because you could target certain districts, blah, 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 right? It's whatever. It's a law that's not really enforced. The lawyer for this native group actually mentioned, like, there are lots of companies like Starbucks and blah, 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 local businesses that will give you a discount if you show them the I voted sticker, which technically would be illegal according to this law. So you could see it's like a non-enforced law. What they would have to prove in court for this to mean absolutely anything, what they would have to prove in court is that they were only allowing people to participate in a raffle, which that's what this is, a raffle, if they voted. So people who just walked up, who hadn't voted, they're like, hey, I want to be in the raffle. They would have to prove, no, they're only letting people who voted become part of the raffle. So when that girl who seems to be like 13 says, come down and vote, that's really not enough proof. You would have to really prove in court, be like, look, we have real proof here, real evidence that they were only letting people become part of this raffle or whatever the giveaway is, only if they voted, which is, sorry, impossible to prove in court. So this is what we call a throwing anything against the wall that sticks. And of course, with the Trump people, it's just a nice little cherry on top that they're targeting a Native American group. So here's the interesting thing about this. Even if they did decide, hey, look, you know what? This seems a little bit too close to the edge, even though there's no way they're going to be able to prove that they actually bought votes, would be basically impossible to prove in court. Even if they did say, okay, you know what? This is too close to the edge. You know, we got to kind of like, we can't count these votes. Nevada, Biden won by 33,000 votes. So the, Native communities, which they're trying to, disenfranchise now with this, I guess. Well, actually, what the Trump lawyers or the Trump campaign or whatever wants to do is they just either want to give Nevada to Trump, even though Biden won by 33,000 votes, or just throw out Nevada entirely. Oh, man. Because of at most, even if this was totally true, that this was just a straight up cash for votes scam, maybe at best, a couple hundred votes. I mean, some of these, one of the tribes that, they were giving food away at one of the voting places, open to everybody. You didn't need to prove that you voted or whatever. It was the Washoe tribe, I think they're called. They have a population of 1,000 people. So we're not looking at 33,000 votes here. This is so funny because how many people? Yeah, again, he gets 250,000 easy the day he uploads these videos. I don't know if it's just this is going to be false hope for people who for some reason want Trump to get reelected or whatever, but it ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. This is the thinnest of soup. The absolute, they're just looking for anything. They'll just take anything. You know what I mean? This is Glengarry Glen Ross, people just calling, trying to sell real estate. And they're like, ooh, somebody sounded like they wanted it. Hey, dude, that person was 10 years old. They're not going to buy. I don't know. You never know. You never know. I love that he's using the Epoch Times as a source too, because while I was watching this and sort of looking around on this, I found out that people have been uploading, screen capping and uploading these Epoch Times ads, and they're so, thank God that these will be, stored on the cloud for in eternum, because they're great. Let's watch this.
And take a look at this. While the mainstream media has been hostile to traditional values, we here at the Epoch Times have given tradition center stage and have given a platform for the wisdom, knowledge, and virtue that have been passed down in our cultures for thousands of years.
Hi, do you reject modernity? You should. Subscribe to the Epoch Times. Let's check out some more of these Epoch ads.
Oh my gosh, we totally forgot to give Dad a Christmas gift.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
What does he even want?
If you guys have a 90 or 80-year-old mom or dad, get them a copy of Epoch Times. Why not? They can read about how the COVID-19 is a Chinese communist plot to destroy the world and all this stuff. It's pretty cool.
Wait, isn't he always going on about how his local paper has become super biased, slanted, and he almost can't read the thing?
Yeah, you're right, he has.
Okay, so what are we gonna get him?
I gotta get in contact with the quote-unquote production company that puts these ads together. I noticed something kind of peculiar with these ads. Now you notice this? lady here, right? That they're in a house together. They're reading Chinese cult propaganda together. Seems like a happy family, right? Something's up, because check this out.
What's wrong?
I just read a report on how the
What the Who that Who's What the This dude right here, my man is living a double life. He's got 2 houses, 2 wives. Damn, that's how you do it in China? That's how the anti-communists in China do it? Unbelievable. Actually, maybe that's part of the cult. Maybe that's part of the Falun Gong thing. I'm really shocked to find out that he would do this, you know? I mean, they have such a happy life together. They talk about such normal things, you know?
I can't believe China's blaming the US for this whole virus thing.
What?
What? What'd you just say?
Yeah, I saw it on TV.
That's crazy, because you know it was the Chinese Communist Party's cover-up that led to this whole pandemic.
Huh, what makes you say that?
This is a timeline of how the Chinese Communist Party covered up what was happening in China.
I like that she's like, what? What the hell? I just entered a fabulous world of magic and mystery where this guy explains Chinese cult propaganda to me in our living room, our kitchen/living room. It's an efficiency. So we just went on a little bit of a tangent there, but this whole native get out the vote thing is that's not going to go anywhere. Because what they're asking for, what they're trying to do is throw out Nevada or give those electoral votes. It just ain't going to happen. It would be like a totally anti-democratic move. If you really wanted to, if they really went hard at this and they just spent a year gathering evidence and testimonies and videos and God knows what else, maybe they would have a really like edge case of throwing out a couple hundred votes maybe from these native get out the votes things. I mean, we're talking max like a couple hundred in a state where Biden won 33,000 votes. I mean, again, what I love about this and what I think is funny about this is the claim of like, we're censored, conservative people are censored on social media. I mean, they let these guys get away with murder. I mean, this guy's been telling his audience for the past, month that there's all this fraud and there's all these shadowy figures meeting behind the scenes and they rigged the election. And all that's been happening is this guy, Rudy Giuliani's, dentures are rattling around. We know that. We know, it's the case of the rattling dentures. That's what this would be called in a children's book or something. We got that. And then we got tons of every single court case being thrown out. So you guys are allowed to do whatever you want. You're allowed to literally trick elderly people. And you get away with it. And you not only do you get away with it, but they give you millions of dollars in an audience. I mean, you got nothing to complain about, my dude. So here's another video from like the day before the one we just watched.
Right now, Arizona is ground zero for the election battle with 2 major events happening today. First, the biggest news, Arizona has certified the results of the election. Governor Doug Ducey has signed off on this, and many conservatives are calling him out saying, you said you would not certify this election while there was pending litigation. And as of right now in Arizona, there isn't any, as far as I can tell. Now, the Trump administration has said they do want to file. As of right now, there's none, so Doug Ducey certifies. I could tell you that Trump is playing 4D chess and he has a grand plan for how he's going to pull some victory off, but I'm not entirely convinced.
I could tell you that this guy's an absolute genius because that's what you want to hear. I could tell you that, but I'm not entirely. This guy who's every court case that they're bringing in, they're getting laughed out of court, might, and we're talking like 2% chance, might not be an absolute genius who he's Ocean's 11ing this thing, and at the last minute he's going to win. There might not be a chance that that's the case. I mean, of course, we're talking minor chance here. We're talking 0.08% chance that that's the case. But it's a chance. None of this is amounting to anything. It's just another one of those examples of these YouTube channels that they know their audience. They know what they have to say. They have to answer to these people. They have to tell them what they want to hear. And you got to squeeze all the juice out of that rock. You know, squeeze every last bit. It's like I remember when I was a kid. This still has stuck with me for, let's just say, a couple decades. This has still stuck with me that there was this kid. My parents gave us both of us cookies. And of course, I ate my cookie within 0.3 seconds. And this other kid, an hour later, he still had cookie. He ate around that little nibbles around the edges. And I was like, this mother clucker still has a cookie. This is somehow unfair. And that's what I feel like this guy does. He's just drawing out as much as he can out of nothing. Okay, look, the cookie thing doesn't exactly track to what but I really want to tell that story. Just get it off my chest. You know what I mean?
Technically, no. I mean, for the longest time, I was saying Trump's main play would be to get these states to not certify, but that maybe doesn't even matter. The Supreme Court recognizes, as per the Constitution, that
I mean, it's got, again, we talk about this on this channel a lot, okay? And we know the demographics for these kind of videos on YouTube. It's either you're 12 years old or you're 100 years old. Okay, those are the people who watch these videos. And this is do they really think they're just going to kind of throw away, basically, all the voting doesn't matter. We're giving the election to Trump. That's what he's saying. I mean, this is little weird. A little weird. Okay, this is another video. This is from 2 days ago. So we're all caught up. We're all caught up with the pool. We're all caught up with the pool man.
At one point, Donald Trump referred to Sidney Powell as one of the lawyers on his team. In several instances, the media has referenced L. Lynn Wood, an attorney, as also being on the Trump campaign team. I want to be very careful, make sure I'm giving you the full details. It is disputed as to whether or not these individuals are actually Trump's lawyers or just lawyers working on behalf of or towards a pro-Trump goal.
This is super funny because this is pretty interesting. There was a press release from the Trump campaign that was like, hey, this lady, Sidney Powell, she doesn't work with us. She's practicing law on her own. We're no affiliation. We have no affiliation with her. In other words, she's so crazy that even us kooks don't want anything to do with her. I mean, I feel sorry for that lady, Sidney Powell, actually. People are making fun of her. There's something up there. Let's just say that. I mean, it's should be more of a feeling sorry for situation than a ha 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 ha. Look at this lady. I mean, just look up some of her quotes and look up some of her appearances on TV. They're all over. You can find them anywhere. Definitely more of a sad, should not be working. She's got to have money, right? I mean, she's well known enough to float in these circles. Just get her out and go to Maine or something and just kind of throw rocks into the water or something. Well, what are you doing? Why is this lady still out there? Every screw is loose. Okay, let's just put it that way. Not to shame neuroatypical, as I call them, people, but something's off there, guys. So that's his setup. He's like, hey, everything's normal here.
Which is why I just say Trump lawyers. It's hard to pinpoint this, but Sidney Powell has filed several lawsuits arguing widespread election fraud targeting the Dominion voting systems and making some pretty bold accusations. And L. Lynn Wood has also filed lawsuits and made serious allegations. Right now, we have a push from both of these individuals for Donald Trump to declare martial law, take over, just seize control, maybe have a new election, or honestly, I don't know. This is very serious.
This is very serious. This is very serious. I like he's just saying this like it's normal. He's like, he should just declare martial law, stop the election, and take over. Nothing weird about that. No historical precedent for that being weird. I mean, of course, this is not going to happen. But just think about saying that with like a tone like that. I mean, him ostensibly in this fantasy world that he projects these videos out into. In this fantasy world, he's taking this seriously. Like, this could happen. And imagine saying that. Like, hey, guys, this is pretty serious. We might have one of the options here might be to just declare martial law and just throw the election out. Not do an election and just say, hey, I'm president forever. Interesting. This is one of the options here. This is just one of the normal options, guys. My 1.5 million subscribers and the over 250,000 people who watch this video in just a couple days. This is just one of the normal options. Another thing we could do, I don't know, people are floating this around, is that we could burn down the Congress. Then what are you going to do? I mean, Trump would have no choice but to take over in that case. Just set it on fire. I mean, if it caught on fire, well, this is just normal stuff. And, I don't know. There are some people who are maybe have a problem with this and that, they might dissent. They might not like this. They might pass around leaflets that say, hey, this is bad that they set Congress on fire and this guy is declaring himself eternal president. It's an option to execute those people. I mean, I'm just throwing out the options that people are floating around. It's something that it gets your noodle spinning. You know what I mean? Gets the noodle spinning. And that's what I am just bringing you on my channel. Things to get that noodle working,
And it's left a lot of people kind of scratching their heads. You see,
hey, Trump is thinking about just, just stopping the election, saying the election is just done and we're not going to do it, and he's just going to stay president. That's a real head scratcher. Uh-oh.
Those
This is the best YouTube channel in the history of YouTube.
Of the neoliberal mainstream or, I guess media left, they laugh. Ha ha ha. They ignore it. Those on the resistance Trump derangement left are screaming it's happening and shaking their hands wildly. And then many on the right are actually agreeing and saying
so there's some people who are deranged. There's some people out there who are deranged. And they're saying that, you know what? I don't like this idea. I don't like that people are normalizing the idea that just this guy should just throw out the election entirely and stay president forever. There's some these lunatics who would be kind of weird about that. That's weird. They're weird. They're the weirdest. But of course they're the weirdest. I mean, also weird. This is the hierarchy of weird. You got right here are people who are just like, yeah, Tim Pool's full of S, and he's just throwing red meat to the 95-year-olds who watch his channel. Those people are lunatics, and they're creeps. And, they're just kind of ranting in front of a green screen, and we don't like those people. And then below that, maybe above that, I don't know, but somewhere there in the just category of lunatics is people who are kind of creeped out by the idea that a guy would just throw out the election and want to be president forever. It's a real head scratcher, I'll say that for sure. So guys, there we go. Just another pool party, another day that we check in with our best friend on the internet, Tim Pool. Tim, get me on the show. Get me on the show. As you can see, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. It's my favorite YouTube channel, my favorite YouTuber. And, it's just, it's what we call art.